Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and welcome again to another reaction video. And in today's video, I want to discuss a statue that I did not get the chance to talk about when it went on pre-order some time ago. But now that the edition size has been announced, I think it gives me the opportunity to talk about it. This is the Bishop Future and Past Premium Format figure by Sideshow Collectibles. It was one of the highlights of SideshowCon last year. Some people are really excited about this piece, some people not so much. And in this video, I want to break it down for you, the good and the bad. And for that reason, I'm here at Sideshow Collectibles. I will have the link in the description for those who are interested. And as you can see, there are two different versions. The collector's edition, which is the regular version. The edition size has been set at 400. I think that's great. The price for this one is $8.95. Of course, people are not excited or happy about the price, and that has to do with the light-up feature here. I think the piece looks amazing. Besides the price, of course, we're gonna discuss it, but I think the piece looks amazing. It has the 90s look, and of course, you have the exclusive. That switcher portrait, in my opinion, is a killer. Now, when we're looking at the details here, at the bottom, you can see that the people who are involved in the production here, the artists, we have Mike Thompson. Mike hasn't really done a lot of stuff for Sideshow, has done some stuff, but this is, in my opinion, his breakthrough, or the piece that is going to put him more in the map for Sideshow stuff. I think he did a fantastic job here. He's also the designer. He killed it with this design. It's an amazing design. We have Alfred Paredes too, also a sculptor here. We have Rachel Rubisek as a designer. She has been involved with Sideshow for quite some time, involved in many different projects. Bernardo Esquivel, he's the painter. As always, he's a master. We're going to see the details of his work, and the Sideshow design and development team is involved in the whole process. All right, and now we're looking at the pictures, and here we're looking at the exclusive, that it has, again, a switch out portrait. The light-up feature also is part of the portrait. That is a very nice looking portrait for sure. It's very realistic. This is the modern Bishop without the hair. I wish, I will tell you this, that it came with 3 portraits instead of 2, to be honest with you, in some way, because I actually like the new design that they do for the X-Men 97 with the short hair. I think that is a pretty nice design. It looks very sleek there. The best part, of course, you go with the exclusives, that you get 2 portraits. But if you only want to have the 90s look because that's your Bishop, then go for it. There's nothing else that changes, the same outfit. Now, I saw that the exclusive is limited 1 per customer. You can buy multiple, I guess, with the regular version, but you know, that tells you how limited this piece is, and they're expecting to sell out quick. This is going back to earlier stages of Sideshow Collectibles. I remember when edition size exclusives were around 150, 200, 250, 300. That was, you know, kind of like a norm. And 400 for the regular. That's, you know, that is a pretty good number. Still, it's going to be a total of 700 pieces. But I think this is going to be in high demand, even at the price tag. Even if the price tag is high, I still think people are going to be excited for it. And the difference between the exclusive and the regular is just $30, so I would say just go for that one. But I love the design and the concept. I do like the time warp with the light-up feature, the way they design it. He's in this war for survival of the mutants, and it just, they chose it so good. I love the even in his arms, you can see the veins popping. He is in battle mode for sure, and they chose a very nice way to represent the spirit of Bishop for sure. And in his yelling and his screaming, he's ready to fight, and it's a very nice piece. Of course, Sideshow gives a little more of a modern take too. There's more details in his clothing, in his pouches, everything, but it looks very tactical. It looks really, really nice. Of course, here you can see the light-up feature that also appears in the eyes. I think that is a nice touch. Of course, when we look at this, and I mentioned this in a video recently when I talk about the things that companies need to do in 2025 to stay profitable and to stay afloat in this difficult times that we're living in, is to reduce some of that cost. Of course, you know, I can still stand by that statement. I think companies need to be careful how much they invest into this type of things. Light-up features are always divisive. Not everyone loves them. I think it's great the way they're trying to do it here, but it's getting to a point where it becomes also very demanding and taxing on the consumer, on the collector, because now you have to spend more money than you expected. And of course, you're already in the range of the $700 plays, you know, $700 price tag for a lot of the statues. When you're asking for them to pretty much get to $1,000, then of course it becomes a bit more difficult, and it's a hard pill to swallow for a lot of collectors. But you know, I will tell you one thing, they did a good job on this one, and yes, the cost is high, but they really balance things out by the additions at being so limited. And in my opinion, that is the way you're supposed to do it. Here you can see, and this the height 20 inches tall. It's gonna be a standard Sideshow scale, quarter scale, but I'm telling you, this is gonna be a standout piece even without the light-up features. And that's something they could have done so well, just eliminated the light-up feature. That could have just reduced the cost. They have done that in the past. They did it with cable, so why not? They could have done this here. So I think the light-up feature could have been something that they could have just skipped, just to, you know, keep everybody happy. The more you add, the more costly it's going to be. And unfortunately, this is going to be over $1,000 when you have to consider also the shipping cost. I do like the yelling portrait, but the 90s portrait is not bad at all. He looks a bit more mature on that 90s portrait. That I would prefer him to be a bit more, perhaps a bit younger, but still, it doesn't look bad. It looks great, and it has a very realistic look, and that's something that you expect with Sideshow pieces, to have that realistic touch on things. They give them their own twist of things, and that's great in my opinion. Here you can see with the light up looks great. Let's not just deny that just because we're bitter about the price. It's nice, and that is cool. When the economy is great, fantastic, go ahead, go for it. But when the economy is a bit iffy, then you know you are really pushing a little too far, and that doesn't diminishes the piece, you know, just because you have to pay a little more money. To be honest with you, at the ES that they have on this, it's gonna be highly sold out. It's gonna be highly collectible, even at that price point. When it sells out, where are you gonna find another bishop? There's not many bishops out there, so you have to be mindful of that, unless you want to go the custom route, and those customs are really expensive, because you can find maybe a, you know, just unpainted kit for less. You have to assemble the whole thing, and you have to send it, of course, to a painter. You don't know how to do it if you're not the type of person that has the gift and the talent for it, and it's not going to be cheap, and it's going to take a long time, I'm telling you, because most of those painters, they have other projects to do. So this is it, you know. In reality, you get a licensed product, which there's not many options out there. Water scale, fully painted, fully recreated, light up features, all of that. I think $1,000 is a bargain when you compare it to what people are paying in customs, you know, 2,000. And yeah, you can say the custom you can have 50, an edition size of 50, but sometimes, you know, it's a lot of things that you got to consider when you're doing customs. You know, you have to find the right painter, you have to go through the whole process, it takes time, you have to send it. There's so many things to worry about. Unless you are well versed in the whole process, then don't get into it. Although I think in the future we're gonna see, and we are seeing more and more customs, people are getting more into it, but for the time being, I think this is a fantastic piece, just the way it is. And I love the shading. Esquivel, again, doing a fantastic job with the gun, the rifle, his shotgun in the back, you know, the grenades right there, and that he has on his side, you know, the musculature, the definition, the sculpt is really well done. Here you can see in the base the destruction right there, fighting those sentinels. And it looks great with the light up feature. Even just, again, the regular version, the 90s look still looks fantastic. But yeah, the light up feature, it's a nice touch for sure. They couldn't just simply do it translucent, to be honest with you, and just have people to have their own light ups. You know, right now these lights are very inexpensive. You can create your own light up and just have something to direct towards that, and just make it translucent and make it shine. You could do that too. You know, there's a lot of things you can do, and just give it to the customer for them to decide what to do. That's another option. But yeah, I'm telling you, they have done a really nice job. And we're gonna look at this quick short that they have. Look at the light up. You know, you're still gonna need a light up just for him, you know, himself, for the statue, but the detail, the shading, the battle damage in his weapons, the alternate portrait, this is, in my opinion, the ultimate representation of Bishop. You know, before that, what can you think? The only other official thing that we have seen was Bowen Designs, which in my opinion is a fantastic piece. I love Bowen. I reviewed it many years ago. The Kuchar brother did a fantastic job. Still the perfect representation in that particular scale. You also have another that was done by Diamond Select Toys. But, you know, Bishop hasn't got that much love, to be honest with you. So when you look at the whole thing here, when I'm looking at everything, you know, what else can you say? You know, where else can you go to have the representation as unique as this one of Bishop? There's not many out there. Are we gonna wait for another company to produce it? XM Studios is going through hard times. Are they going to do it? You know, we don't know what's going on with XM, even though some people claim that it's going to, XM is still okay. You know, what we've seen so far kind of points to the contrary. I don't know. You know, I'm not, you know, trying to say or wishing bad luck to that company, because I admire XM Studios and the guys there. Yeah, the price can hurt a little bit, but you have to consider this. This is not for everyone. This is for strictly for those Marvel fans that have been collecting Sideshow stuff for a long time. This is for the X-Men fans that have been collecting, again, the premium format figure line. This is it. You know, we're not gonna see another Bishop. We haven't seen this. Is we cry out, a lot of collectors cry out for years to see this. Finally it's here. And I think this is the one that you have to go for. Yeah, it comes with all the things, but ultimately you have to consider what you're going to buy. The problem we have nowadays is a lot of collectors buy so many things they don't need. So you have to be very picky and choosy. This is definitely for the collector that is invested in the X-Men, that is invested in the Marvel premium format figure. You have to go for that. If you're not a fan of Bishop, then definitely don't invest on it. But for someone as me, even though I'm not collecting quarter scale stuff right now, I'm tempted because I'm a Bishop fan, I'm an X-Men fan, and I used to collect a lot of the premium format figure back in the day for the Marvel stuff, and particularly for the X-Men stuff. So this is one that I feel like, man, maybe I need to also pull the trigger and go back to it. We'll see. You know, only time can tell. It is a beautiful representation, and I say, you know, the price, yeah, it could be better, but I think they were able to balance things out by just simply giving you a better ES. And ultimately, you know, at the end of the day, these are collectibles, and collectible value matters a lot. But what is your opinion, my friends? What do you think about this piece? Are you excited for it? Are you going to pre-order? You already pre-order, or you gonna wait, or you're not necessarily into it? Let me know whatever you think, whatever your opinion is about the whole matter with the price, with the light-up feature. Let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification button so you're reminded of the next video. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The links are in the description. And please consider supporting the channel financially through Patreon. My friends, God bless, take care, and I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.